We're now visiting with Nazario Cauceglia, who is the CEO of Superjet.
Yes.
Thank you for spending time with us. The MRJ, C-Series, and E2 jets are all in the 100-seater market. How do you see that market? Is it crowded? Is there room for a fourth player?
Yeah. So first of all, let me say that we are well conscious that we are trying to penetrate a market, the regional jet, that is very challenging, with let me say, quite fierce competition. A market that for many years has been dominated by few historical players, but it's a market very attractive. The demand expected in the next 20 years is very promising. And and at the top of that, we are convinced more and more that we have all the credit, we get all the credit and all the title to be a new generation qualified player in this market. Which are the reasons. First of all, let me tell you this. The reason why we expect this increase of demand is mainly the fact that the economy will start to resume. And but especially in some part of the world, like Africa, just to give you an example, this recovery will be characterized by growth or middle class, and all this will happen in a scenario where the competition will become more and more challenging, and the focus will be more and more on efficiency. And efficiency means two things: right sizing, so that you can get more efficiency in two ways basically. One is right sizing, increasing the load factor, using the right aircraft for the right routes. The other one is to reduce fuel consumption. Well, I can tell you that, and I can say that with proudness, because it's something that we are learning from the market, that the product that we are offering covers very well both these aspects. Right sizing, the experience that we are doing with our two major customers, Aeroflot and Interjet, tell us that this aircraft is really the best solution to complement the narrow body fleet. Because both Aeroflot and Interjet, they have A320 and Superjet 100, and they recognize that this combined solution is very, very effective, because the two platforms, they can complement very well each other, because of the commonality, because of the space in the cabin. All the pilots that come to training, to Venice, they come from A320, and they keep saying to us that the transition time from A320 to this aircraft is very, very fast. So right sizing, I think that this is the really best solution. Fuel consumption, let me tell you this, Superjet 100, this is a fact, is the only new generation aircraft flying today, some more will come, but they are not flying yet. So new generation means new technology. New technology means more safety, less fuel consumption, means all this, right? And that's why we can claim today that we have a fuel consumption about 10% lower than our direct competitor. We have a new engine. This is a fact. We have a new engine which has the the state of art of a Safran LEAP technology. It's an engine that has been designed for this aircraft, which is not common practice, as you know. The engine they are developing for a family. In our case, the development of the engine started simultaneously with the development of the aircraft, and it was specifically designed for our aircraft. Okay, so all this means better fuel consumption, and means that we are confident that we can compete successfully compete not only with the current platform, but also with the one that will come to the market in the next 2-3 years. Okay, so these are mainly the reason why our level of confidence increased by day, and that's why we think that we have all the credit and title to be considered a new generation qualified player of this market.
You mentioned Interjet. Can you give us some feedback on how the airplane's doing in Mexico?
Yeah. So first of all, so far we have delivered 8 aircraft to them. We have 2 more aircraft ready in Venice to be delivered, and we come to deliver all the 20 ordered aircraft by the beginning of next year. So far, the use that Interjet is doing on this aircraft is really unbelievable. It's very, very intensive. As an average, each aircraft flying 9 hours per day. The peak is 11 hours per day, you know. And they are achieving a very good level of dispatch reliability, more than 99. And they said yesterday, and they also published that. They say that the kind of dispatch reliability that we are getting is much higher than what we could expect for a not yet mature fleet. And it's much higher than the one that we got on the A320 at the beginning of the program. And they've more or less flown with these 8 aircraft since September last year. They've already flown about 8,000 flight hours. So they are very happy. They are very happy, and in fact, I can tell you that I appreciate so much the support that they are giving us in promoting the airplane with with other customers. In many cases, when I go around the world to participate to such some events and to share with the market the operation of the product, their chief executive officer, I invite him, he comes with me, and he likes to share with the market their positive experience. So I think that we are lucky because we have got very good customers. They are very good, really they are very good. They know the business very well. They are very proactive. They are very supportive. And we are doing our best to serve this kind of customer. You know.
Last question. You mentioned dispatch reliability. It's actually quite remarkable that the Superjet dispatch reliability now is already better than that of the 787. Why would you have such remarkable performance?
Well, I want to try to be as honest as I can. You know, I think that it's a combination of factors. Certainly, the aircraft design is an important aspect because nobody can do miracles. You know, if the aircraft doesn't work, right? So the reliability of the components, the goodness of the aircraft is certainly the main aspect, but it's not the only one. You have to consider the fact that we are spending a lot of effort to support our customers globally. I've seen a Garza interview, it's today or is yesterday? Today when he said, these are his words, he said that the kind of support that we are getting by so-called Superjet International, because the customer support is our responsibility, is better than the one that we get from Airbus 72. So I can tell you, we have a team of engineers there to support them on a daily basis. We have a batch of spares that we have put at their base. We have opened a new spares warehouse in Fort Lauderdale to be able to support, and we have in mind other action that we will do shortly to improve more and more, because there is a message I would like to give. The market is changing, you know. In these years, with respect to 10 years ago, we have seen a big change in market attitude. In the past, more or less it was sufficient to say, I have a good aircraft, buy it. And once they got convinced that the aircraft was good, they bought. Now it's not like that anymore. You know, if you want to convince the market, you have to convince them that behind the product